type outfit. This is your 80 to 100-pound outfit. Right here I have a Shimano 50 wide long-range special filled with 100-pound line, 200-pound mono leader with a Mustad 7691 7.0 offshore style hook. The circle hook also works well for salamis, but a lot of people have a hard time actually hooking their baits with this because of the curvature of the hook. They both work extremely well. We have good luck with both hooks. Once again, we have a bimini twist. That gives you double line to your 200-pound leader. Onto your 200-pound leader, you're going to want to tie a uni knot. This gives you just about 100% knot strength, which is really hard to find anywhere else. This has been the most effective, by far the best connection you can make to your 200-pound leader for your heavier gear. It's extremely important, especially on these longer trips, that you make sure you have all your monofilament tuna leaders crimped properly. We can't stress that highly enough. Right here I have 200-pound soft steel monofilament leader material. This is just going to be a basic large tuna leader that I rig up for you. Just slide the crimp on first, and the chafing spring goes afterwards. You'll see how the chafing spring comes into play. Directly after that, I have a 7.0 Mustad 7691 large forged tuna hook. But we feel that these are by far the best tuna hooks going right now. So you slide the hook on afterwards, and the tag end goes right through the crimp. One quick little trick I'll show you is you take the tag end and light it with a lighter, melt the tag end just a little bit, and it'll give you a little ball on the end of your tag end. Basically the reason we're doing that is so that if for some reason you didn't get the leader crimped properly, the little ball will hopefully keep the tag end from pulling through the sleeve, and that's really the only problem we ever have with the monofilament leaders when we're crimping them. So then all you do is you slide everything down, and you see how the spring comes into play here. Sort of evenly disperses the load on the monofilament. So you slide everything down nice and tight. You'll see how the ball's butted up against the crimp here. And probably the second most important thing here will be properly crimping them, finding the proper channel on your crimping tool. Okay. With these large crimps like I have here, we're going to have to do 2 or 3 different crimps. And you want to make sure that you have the end of the sleeve flared out like so, if you can see that. Okay, and I'll go on to my second crimp. But you always want to make sure you have both ends of the sleeve flared out. You don't want them down flush, or you run a risk of pinching the monofilament and kinking it that way. And you also notice I'm not crimping them overly hard. I think if you crimp them too hard, you also run the risk of pinching the monofilament. So right there, that's the proper way that we feel of crimping a heavy monofilament leader. The reason we're using these large forged Mustad 7691s is in the past we've gone through several different brands of hooks, different types. We've tried the designer hooks, the ones that are going to cost you $1 or $2 a piece, and we feel these are by far the best. The long shank you have here, you can see there's a nice big barb on these hooks, and the main number one problem you're going to have with those designer expensive hooks is the barbs just aren't big enough. If you look at one, you're going to notice that there's almost no barb on them at all. And we've actually had a couple instances where we've lost fish because of the barbs actually breaking off. There's just no material holding the barb on there. And you'll also see that when fish hit the deck, it doesn't take much for the hooks just to fall right out. So we feel that we lose a lot less fish with this type of hook right here, by far. They really seem to stick in the fish well.
Look out, look out. Look out, they're flying. Look out, look out. Vámonos.
got a tip of the week for us here, Murph?
Yeah, the number one thing you have to remember about making bait is never use your own rod, and preferably pick a rod that's better than your own and grab it and just go for it. And if you hang it up, just set it right back in the rod rack and grab another one that's pre-mixed up. It's the most important thing about making bait. Never use your own rig. Always use somebody else's.
That was too good. That was perfect.
You know, Murphy's tip of the week on using someone else's equipment sure has its advantages, but hell, it has its price. His equipment sure has its advantages, but hell, it has its price. Hey, Murph, these are your boots. Rock hard, buddy.
Oh,
Come on, Murph, put them on.
what am I gonna do with that?
Why don't you use them to make bait with?
Hey, guys, put their boots on those. What are they, frozen solid, Dennis?
Yeah, we filled them with water and froze them up, buddy. He picked the wrong rig to make bait with.
Murph, those were brand new boots.
But they're custom.
Custom now. One more circle, Ralph. Wind down. You got him. Lift on him. Lift. Lift, 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 lift. Nice job.
Good job, Ralph.
Fine fish. Good going.
Good job, Ralph.
The baby came through again. Kimono
On the kite, huh?
on the kite.
Canadian one, huh?
Fortunate. I got one on the same trip, 287, then one 258.
Nice job, buddy.
On the kimono.
Good going.
All right, buddy.
Buck and a half.
That'll work, Ralph.
Kickbutt Shimano going for you, bro.
Wait on the chunk?
On the chunk for about a minute, just about the time I was going to wind up, start going, and here we are about 5 minutes into it. A little bit of a mess here in the corner, but all right, we'll get it.
That one's clear through that loop.
Keep them flat, guys.
Yeah.